Ocelot's here. Hello, my friend. How's it going? Was hoping we'd see you this week. Here we are. We are back today. Oh my goodness, so many people here while I was making coffee. Faded Stardust with first. Hell yeah. Faded Stardust, what's the plan for today's sprints? Is there a plan? Is there a plan? Or are we just vibing today? Also, 7-stream streak for Faded Stardust. Hell yeah. Thank you for hanging out. I know you've been here more than that, but streaks do be hard to maintain, especially over a holiday. Oh my goodness. Shadowbug, welcome in. Shadowbug found us last night on Ghost Pepper's stream. Hell yeah. Your stream has been cursed and blessed by the silliness it is the presence of the big fluffy black cheese wedge that is I. I feel blessed. Never cursed, always blessed. Joe's here. Joe, how's it going? How you feeling? Not some simple wedge of dairy byproduct. I am Sergal. I just can't help that the shape of my head when viewed from above looks like a cheese wedge. Heck yeah, we appreciate you, Shadowbug. I like it here and I enjoyed last night's stream with Ghost Pepper. Well, I'm so glad to hear that. We were happy to have you. Slightly different vibe here because I do actually work on this stream. So the chaos is contained to the breaks. There'll be lulls. But welcome in. We're happy to have you. I say that like I have some official capacity here, which I don't, but the peeps here are chill, and you clearly already know Megan, so hey. Faded Stardust, you are a regular. You can welcome others with authority. Ocelot, how's it going? Oh my goodness, it is Wednesday, isn't it? Oh my goodness, the week is just going so fast. Working on fanfic today, hell yeah! I think it's lovely you're making conversation here. I really love this stream, not only because Megan is super cool, but like everyone here. I love talking to all of you. The community vibes are strong. Ocelot, we're always happy to have you. I know it's gotta be late night where you are when we do the stream, but I'm always happy to see you. I hope you had a good break. Let us know. Anyone who didn't share details about their break yesterday, please feel free to share how your break went. Gonna work on some scary admin things for at least the first half of stream. Hey, admin stuff is not as scary as it seems. You're gonna get through it. I believe in you. It is hump day, browse. Welcome in, everybody. I am here fashionably late as usual. My coffee machine had to think about it before it dispensed the milk today. It really had to decide whether or not it wanted to dispense the milk. I thought the coffee brewing process would be just a little bit faster than usual because I didn't have to grind coffee today. I was using pre-ground coffee, but no, it was like, do I want to dispense this milk? Is that a thing I want to do? I'm good, got a good workout this morning, so I'm feeling good. Hell yeah. Also, I'm seeing my surgeon tomorrow, so my streak might die again, but I might be home in time to catch the tail end of stream. If you're not home to catch the tail end of stream, Faded Stardust, you should get a notification from Twitch letting you know that you can watch the VOD for like 5 minutes to get your streak back. So you should be able to save it. Theoretically, that's how it's supposed to work. I've had a few streaks that it didn't work for me. But you should get the option, so fingers and toes crossed. But also, I say this a lot, but just for everyone out there, don't worry about your streaks. Like, I appreciate it if you've got a streak and you can flash your streak in the chat. It's great. I leave them on so you guys can do that for you, because I know people love having that little counter to show off. But if you miss a day, please don't stress out about it. I don't think any less of people who don't have contiguous streaks. I myself lost all of my streaks except for Ghost Peppers, of my husband, of course, over the break, just because we were so busy, so in and out of the house. You guys gotta have lives outside of Twitch. I don't want that social anxiety to be there. I don't want you guys feeling bad if you miss a stream, especially if it's for health reasons. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta take care of yourself first. I see you guys in chat. I see the people who are here lurking and supporting, and that's all that matters. That's the most important thing. So hopefully you can keep that streak, because I want you to be able to have your streak. But if you don't, you'll still have a streak in my heart. So it's all good. Yeah, I have actually, several times I have come to a point where I've almost turned off the streaks, because I don't want people to stress out about them. I don't want people to feel bad if they have to miss a stream, especially if it's Cater Nader. How's it going? I saw you were lurking yesterday. I hope you're doing well. I hope things are going well. I try not to call out lurkers in case they don't want to be perceived, because I know what it's like to not want to be perceived. But I did perceive that you were lurking yesterday, and I appreciated it. Also, Veil Wraith, hello. Trying to decide if go Royal Road or some other way of releasing my story in parts. Oh, so you want to do like a serial? I don't have a lot of familiarity with Royal Road or other like serial release platforms. But if anybody does, let Veil Wraith know. So yeah, I several times I've debated turning off the streaks just because I don't want you guys to feel pressured or stressed if you have to miss a stream. But I ultimately leave them on because I know people do like having them and do like showing them off, and I like that you guys have that as a tool that you can use. But please don't feel stressed out about it if you lose your streak and have to start over. I see people in the chat. I know who's around. I don't need Twitch. I don't need no Twitch telling me who's been here. I know who my regulars are, and I appreciate all y'all. I like the streaks personally, and if I lose it tomorrow, oh well, it's for a good cause. Exactly. And you gotta get that done. That's not a small thing. Plus the streaks earn streaming points. They do, yeah. You know, anything anything that you guys can use to interact with the stream, I don't want to take away, but please don't feel stressed about it. Like, I know for me, when the streaks first came around, I felt really bad if I ever lost a streak on someone's channel, because I was like, I'm not supporting. But I don't think anyone wants others to feel that way. There is sorry, I'm phlegmy this morning. There is sort of I do think there is a social anxiety aspect to it. I do think Twitch wants you to be on Twitch regularly, and so it sends you those reminders like, hey, you're gonna lose your streak, because it wants you to be on here, obviously. But for me personally, I don't like that. Like, I don't like the idea of Twitch being like, yo, you gotta go watch Megan's stream, you're gonna lose your streak. And I wish I could like disable that aspect, because I don't want people to feel stressed out about it. But I do want you guys to be able to enjoy it, so whenever it comes up, I'm just like, hey, no pressure. Losing my streak in March either way. My surgery is on a Tuesday. You'll be with us in spirit, Faded Stardust, and we'll be with you. Twitch does want views. You can turn that off in the settings. You can turn off the reminders? Interesting. I did not know that. Thank you, Joe. Not the shareholders. Astrid, hello. I stopped using one of my apps because it felt like losing a streak was punishing. I decided not to worry about streaks for things in the end. Yeah. And you know, there's a fine line, you know, between, like, on the one hand, streaks are a good thing for some people because it does encourage you to, like, if you're on Duolingo or something, if you're trying to learn a new language, or if you're trying to practice a skill, or if you're trying to write every day, you know, to get something done, Having a streak is something that can help your brain remember to do everything, uh, to do something every day and to get through your tasks that you want to get done. And having a streak can be something that encourages you, but there's a fine line between it being encouraging and it being like stress, right? And unfortunately, I think it's a very individual thing where that line gets crossed. And so you kind of have to just decide for yourself at what point it's becoming stress. I'm doing pretty good, Astrid. How are you? We had a whole conversation yesterday. We won't repeat it, but just the short bits because there are a couple people here who weren't here yesterday. Short version of why I was gone so long. Computer was acting up before the break at end of November and all through December. Crashes were happening. Much troubleshooting was done to try and rule out, to try and decide if it was a hardware or software. We thought it was software. We tried to reinstall Windows. It went horrible. It went horribly wrong. We discovered it was actually the RAM. We turned off XMP, crossed our fingers and toesies that the RAM would be more stable. It wasn't. So we took the RAM out of my old computer and put it in the new computer. The year-old computer. And Sardonisms, thank you so much for the sub. Look what streak doesn't get broken when I miss a few streams. Hell yeah, Sardonisms, appreciate the hell out of you. So yeah, we are, today actually will be 2 full weeks since we swapped out the RAM. This'll mark the 2-week mark. I contacted the extended warranty company. They refunded the whole computer. I asked for RAM. They were like, here, buy a new computer. Yeah, you're not late at all. We're still on the opening spiel. You're good. You're right on time, honestly. This is me we're talking about. Never really cared for them, just or cool. I've never really cared for them. Just are cool. I got 450 stream points from watching a stream in so many days in a row. Dang! Chapter Pillar! Hell yeah, we'll hang out with Chapter Pillar for our first Sprinty Spronts. I think I missed something Veilwraith said. My brother-in-law was writing something on Royal Road. Oh, interesting. So do they pay by, like, chapter read? It's a sci-fi romance in the style similar to HFY. I heard something about neuroscience where some incentives, if they're not well-formed, can actually become demotivating. Yes. I think it was a Hidden Brain episode, and I experienced that when I lost a 500-day Duolingo streak and never started again. Yeah, it's hard because, like, the idea of wanting to have that reward every day does keep some people going. But I've had that, too, where, like, when I was exercising every day, too, it was, like, as soon as I would miss a day, it was, like, so much harder to get back on the train. Like, it was just so much harder to get started again because it's like, oh, I lost the streak. I lost the momentum. Came up with a new thing for my story. I think it's so fun. Astrid, do you want to share with us? Had therapy, so I'm late. Therapy is very important and a very good reason to be late, even though you're not really that late. Humans F yeah. Basically a human-centric genre where humans do awesome stuff. Features interaction with aliens and humans saving the day. Oh, I've not heard of that before. Veilwraith, that sounds cool. Peter, hello. Welcome in. And Flower Girl is here. You're here and having a day. I'm gonna assume by the fact that you said having a day, you mean not a good one. So if you would like to share any details or at all rants about this day, please do. Because I need to tell you, I've had so many days. In recent days, I've had so many days. So we are here. No pressure. Don't have to say anything about the day if you don't want to. But if you want to eviscerate that day to us, we are here to listen. Peter, how's it going? kind of big on Reddit, but hasn't bled much outside of it except for YouTube. I've not heard of it, but I'm not. I gotta be honest, I'm not on the internet. I mean, I'm on the internet, but I'm not around the internet, if that makes sense. Came up with this artifact for the story that was made by an ancient group of witches. It is this light prism which holds a gateway to an interdimensional prison, and it has an artificial intelligence light construct that is kind of the warden. That sounds friggin' cool. Now I'm not going to be in therapy anymore. I had 2 appointments with my old therapist since, you know, brain surgery, but she thinks I need someone with a different speciality. And I might be avoiding setting that up because it's a lot of talking. That is tough. I know that meeting someone new and getting into a routine with someone new is probably not your idea of fun, or anyone's idea of fun. But I hope that you can find someone. Did she have a recommendation? Like, did she recommend you to someone? I hope she did, because I hope that at least makes it easier. The horrors persist, yet so do I. Peter, I hope you're feeling better today. Right now I'm just trying to figure out how to deal with my younger coworker who is texting me to double check stuff that she has all the information on. Oh, she probably just feels insecure and wants some outside validation. I used to be like that too back when I still worked in an office. I would sometimes get really unconfident. It might not seem this way to you guys because of the point in my life that you've all met me. I'm not a super confident person, and I used to be like that when I worked in an office where I would just get unconfident sometimes. Just tell her straight up, you know what you need to know. Because somebody did that for me when I was working my office job and I would check with the boss a lot. He actually one day in the middle of a rush looked at me and he was like, you know all this. You don't need to talk to me. And it helped. It was tough love, but it helped. Like, and maybe just a gentle reminder that, you know what you're doing. You don't need me to double check on you. Also, what Faded Stardust said, if you need time, that's perfectly fine too. I know I need therapy eventually, but right now I feel like I need to just do things. That's fair. You gotta prioritize the things that feel most important in the moment. The designer of the prism, which I haven't come up with his name or character design yet, but he coded it to only open for light magic users, like my main character. Ooh! So is your main character gonna find it? Are they gonna find it? Is it gonna be the MacGuffin? I forgot to change, I forgot to change what we're working on today. And I forgot to calculate how many words, this, is. So maybe... Do we want to know? Do we want to know how many words My Little Domerin is? Is that a thing that we want to know? Let's see. This is a big old coffee. It's actually Dodger Coffee from Dodger Coffee Company today. I do drink a big old tea in the afternoon, but it's a big old coffee this morning. If anyone is wondering, this mug is basically a grande size Starbucks, which I believe is 16 ounce. So I basically am drinking my grande coffee for the morning. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I know the animations keep freezing. Let's see. So we're not working on Sonata of the Satellites today. We're working on My Little Domerin. And we need to calculate, I guess, how many words it's been. Too many, I'm sure. Alright. I'm gonna open these. I'm gonna open these one at a time. I'm already at 20k, and I'm only at episode 3, act 1. I'm at 34k, and I still have 1 episode to go. Oh my god, it's gonna be 40k already. It's a 43,000 words long already! Oh my god, you guys, my stupid little Domerin My Little Pony fanfic is 40k or it's already a novella. Digital Cow, hello! You snuck in there while I wasn't looking. Okay. I'm gonna guess this was probably the one that I had for that. 43,000 and 10 words. Oh my god, you guys. And I'm like a quarter of the way through. This thing is gonna be like... this thing is gonna be like a full fantasy, epic fantasy trilogy length by the time it's done. This is ridiculous. I have the Carcerum Pandorum, a prison, and now that I think of it, hospice for entire timelines that will eventually self-destruct. This is the way they are kept from the multiversal macro causality. Dang, Veilwraith! That sounds crazy, but also cool. It's the MacGuffin of the story. The main villain's a underground crime syndicate of vampires called the Nightshade Society, and they are going to want it. Dang. Dang-oo. All I know is that I need a few mugs that size. I think that every time I see Megan use them on stream, I always get to buy some. 16 ounces, baby. 16 ounces. You can fit a whole grande in here. I may have signed up for another original fic exchange before finishing the last one. Hey, sardonisms, as long as you're not overloading yourself. I actually have too many large mugs and they're taking up too much cabinet space. I have the same problem, Flower Girl, and I had to put a I had to put a ban on buying mugs for myself for a while because I was like, I don't use them. They're just kind of there, but they're so pretty. Digital Cow, how's it going? How was break? We got a hydrate from Joe. Want to donate some? That's awesome that your mom buys you big mugs, though. She's just returning a favor. Last year I got her a big old Christmas mug shaped like a chicken that said, Merry Chickmas! That sounds adorable! Was chat supposed to be on stream? Yes. It pops up in that window, but it will have cleared the window when I saved the overlay. Yeah, when I save the overlay, it overwrites it clears out the chat. It'll repopulate now that I've fixed my mistake. I usually go in and do all that before stream starts, but I forgot this morning that I forgot which calculation was the My Little Domerin. And now we're here. Now we know. Now we know that I've written entirely too much. Digital Cow, enjoy your lurk. We're gonna get started on work here in a few minutes. This is, I've been showing you guys the back side. This is the front side. As you can see, it's Ursula. She is the most fabulous. I got this on a trip to Disney, and I think it was 2017? Do you ever run bets with chat on the word count before you update it? No, because I usually update it off stream. But we did do a pool, and I have to go back and check because I didn't get a chance to do this over the break because I had to reinstall Windows. But I think Ocelot actually won the pool on my how much I was gonna write in November, because I think I actually only wrote like 151,000 words, and I think the lowest vote over was like 152,000. So I actually think Ocelot won. So I have to go back and look, but I have to contact the people who won. I think Ocelot's gonna get two books from the digital library, and then I think places 2 and 3 will each get one. Yeah, so we did do that. We did take bets on how much I would write in November. For sure. The main villain, Victor, the head of a family in the society. The group is divided into families, kind of like the mafia. He plans to bring all the different families back together into one society so they can follow him and send him to godhood because he wants back at the gods. Dang. Ambitious. Are you talking about the Celia Sea Witch from The Little Mermaid? Yeah, Ursula's my best, my fave. Look at that. Both of my mugs that I use on the regular are Disney mugs. This is my Mrs. mug. So funny story. Ghost Pepper and I went to Disney World for our honeymoon when we got married as baby children 20 years ago. Almost 22 years ago now. And very, very close to my 10th anniversary, Flutterdye, who some of you might know from elsewhere on Twitch, and Winds of Chaos. Very, very close to our 10th anniversary, Flutter took me on a surprise trip to Disney World. And I got that hat right there, the Jack Skellington hat that's right behind me. And I found a pair of mugs with bride and groom ears, Mickey and Minnie ears, that said Mr. and Mrs. I can grab the Mr. mug at a break so I can show you guys. And I gave these to Ghost Pepper as we hid them. I bought them and we hid them for 6 months. No, it was more like, I think, 8 months. Because I think the trip was in October and our anniversary is in June. We hid them. His parents helped me sneak them into the house a few weeks before our wedding anniversary, and I gave these to him for our 10th wedding anniversary. So I have the Mrs. and he has the Mr. Yep, Walt Disney World. I don't play Dreamlight Valley. Is it like an online game? My voice just cracked. He has a failsafe to make sure his plan works. If any of the other vampires go against him, he'll have his right-hand man, the Raven Knight. Oh, what a cool name. A mysterious man clad in black armor with raven feathers on the pauldrons, who will kill the vampires with his silver sword. Is the Raven Knight a vampire, or is he like a human that works for them? Or like something else that works for them? Yeah, it was just a happenstance. I just so happened to be in a position where I was like, well, I gotta get those for our 10th wedding anniversary. I don't remember which anniversary it was anymore. I think it might have been our 11th. I also got Ghost a book of maps, a book called Magnificent Maps. And it was probably my peak anniversary gift for him. Because Ghost Pepper likes maps, in case you guys didn't know that already. Just gonna say something else because I don't want to spoil. No worries, Astrid. Never feel like you gotta share details that are spoilers. There's events that require internet connection, but everything can be played offline. They've added a couple of multiplayer elements, which I pretend don't exist because they don't multiplayer. Oh, interesting. I thought it was online. Flower Girl, spoil everything! I thought it was online, and I usually don't do online games. I might have to look into it. I know. I know, Flower Girl. I just love it. Because Wolf comes in here too and is like, tell me all the things I need to know. I need a spouse who gives me a book of maps. Listen, I know Ghost Pepper's nerdery, and it's flags and maps. This night's appearance sound almost like Guts from Berserk or D from Vampire Hunter D. Oh man, I remember Vampire Hunter D. I haven't watched a ton of anime in a long time, but I remember Vampire Hunter D. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here we are. We know what we're working on. We're working on My Little Domerin today. Ironically, so for those of you who don't know this story, we have some fairly new people. Way back in 2024... It feels so weird to tell the story back. Way back in 2024, I had not this computer, not Langdale. This is Langdale. We've introduced him a few times of late. This is my Rainbow Boy Langdale. For anyone who's wondering, he is named after a character in the Aravalia Chronicles. That only my beta readers have met so far, because he hasn't actually appeared in a published book yet until February. And I had a different computer, and it ate 2 hard drives. One of them died in, I think, March, and one of them died in August. We've since learned that I think they were a bad batch of NVMe drives, actually. So, but it ate 2 hard drives, and we were like, there gotta be something wrong with this thing. So, we bought me this computer, Langdale. And when that happened, I ran a bit of a fundraiser here on Twitch, to help pay for Langdale. And one of the goals was, like the top tier goal was that, if we made, the goal amount back, I would write a fanfic. I would take my grumpy elf son, Domerin, who you can see down there in the corner, and I would turn him into a pony. And I would write a My Little Pony fanfic about him. And so I have been working on this. We started, I think, midway through 2025. That's not way back. That's just a bit ago. Listen, in computer terms, for me, it's quite long. But, yeah, so we started about midway through 2025. I'm paying off my Langdale debt. And now it feels really ironic because they refunded it. Because they refunded the computer. Yeah, but we're still gonna do, obviously, you guys raised the money. That money will get put towards book covers, more than likely. The refund will go towards the Megan Cutler Emergency Computer Fund, which apparently needs to exist because of the conversation we had yesterday. And we're going to continue working our way through My Little Domerin. If you didn't know, you can pop over to megancutler.net. That is the website that is right there beside my head. And you can read the first 4 episodes. So each episode is divided into 2 acts, which means the first 8 chapters are available. There are cameos of members of the community who donated to get pony cameos in the story. So there are pony cameos from members of the community, or cameos of ponies that were suggested by the community. Like Joe suggested a pony who is a popcorn maker. That's in there. Don't ask, just read. So you can pop over to megancutler.net. You can read totally for free the first 8 chapters, and we're going to start episode 6, act 1 today. And we're starting to get into, we've sort of gotten through like the prelude part of the story where we've introduced the problem. We've had some fun antics happening. And now we're sort of getting into what is going to be the main quest. So that is what we are working on today. You're paying off a computer you got a refund on. That's peak 2020s. I'm paying it off to the community, though. You guys so generously donated to get me a new computer that you deserve to have this story. And you're gonna have this story. You're 40k in and only starting Act 2. No. Episode 6. So every episode is divided into Act 1 and Act 2. So we're going through... It's kind of structured like a season of a TV show, if that makes sense. So we're on episode 6 of the series, if that makes sense. Oh no, new concerns about the coworker, Flower Girl. What happened? What happened? Also, yeah, I'm 40k in and I'm just past the intro. That shouldn't shock you. No, I'm not just past the intro. Listen, things have happened. You can go read the story before you judge me, okay? I'm really excited to get to one of the big fights. It's against Cassie and one of the vampire heads named Butch, who controls the meatpacking district in New York. During the fight, Butch is going to grab Kathy by her collar and ram her into an oncoming subway car. Ooh, that doesn't sound fun for Cassie. You just said you're starting the main quest stuff. That's Act 2 in traditional storytelling. Shh. This is when I'm going to remind you guys that if you want to hang out with a specific spirit companion or do a specific activity or have a specific background happening in the Spirit City during the sprints today, you can go ahead and redeem that. We have had a redeem for Chapter Pillar from Faded Stardust to hang out with for our first sprint, but the activity and the location are up for grabs. Those are limited to 3 each for the stream because we do 3 30-minute sprints each day with 15-minute breaks in between. Broadly speaking, I work with fabric, and now I'm concerned that my coworker, who is a fashion major, doesn't fully understand grain versus cross grain. Oh, I don't fully understand grain versus cross grain, but I'm at least familiar with the terms. I'm imagining if you work with fabric, you would need to know those things, though. I'm so curious now. Do you make fabric or do you make things with fabric? How much can you tell us? I'm fascinated. Cloud City. I think we did mourning for that one yesterday. We make things with fabric. Oh, that sounds so fun. Are you a fashion designer? Do you get to design? I'm so excited. I'm like really excited. Do you design like clothes and stuff? That sounds so fucking cool. I sometimes have to come up with outfits for my characters, which is nothing like being a fashion designer, to clarify. But I go and look at pictures of like dresses and stuff, like designer dresses or like, you know, tuxes and stuff for guys, and it's so fascinating to me because I don't know how to do that, but I love to see what people make. I love to see the things people make. You all don't have to tell me anything you're not comfortable telling me, but I'm really interested in that kind of stuff. But it is 11:30, so I am going to take a quick break, refresh my coffee, use the restroom, recover from people realizing how much of a dork I am because I've written 40,000 words of a My Little Pony fanfic that has yet to have main quest activity. And when I get back, we're gonna start doing some clicky clacks. I do not design. I costume designed once in college, and I was like, that was enough. Fair. Still, it must be cool to make stuff other people design as well. I have just inherited, I don't have it yet because it has to drive across the country, but I've just inherited a sewing machine, and I don't know if I'll ever get as far as like making my own clothes, but I am excited because I learned how to sew early teens, and I haven't sewn like seriously since high school. I'm old now, so that's a long time. To put it in perspective, I married Ghost Pepper when I was 18, and we've been married for, this will be our 22nd wedding anniversary this year, 2026. Just so you guys can math out how fucking old I am. But I'm excited to get back into sewing and to learn how to do it again, like to refresh how to do it. Yes, sardonisms, that is correct. Is old, yes. When I was in high school, the dinosaurs were still walking the world. But yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited to get back into sewing. That must sound like so nerdy. But I've done a lot of like by hand sewing, which is kind of a pain. So I'm looking forward to having the machine. And also I know that you can do a stitching along the edges of your canvas for cross stitch as well that prevents it from fraying. That's way easier to do if you have a machine, so I'm kind of looking forward to that as well. But I want to start with making pillows and maybe some little plushes and just see where it goes from there. I've been bitten by the craft bug lately, so I'm excited to have another thing that I can sort of veer into that's adjacent to what I'm already doing. That's where Starborn is from. Born at the same time as the stars. Yes, I am a cosmic being. I shall live for an eternity. But first I'm gonna get old and decrepit. 40's not that old, says a 38-year-old in Denali. You know what? It's not that bad. It's not as bad as I thought. But it's been a long time since I did sewing, so I'm looking forward to getting back into it. So yes, I'm gonna pop AFK. and I get my head ready for the clicky clacks, because I know that that's what you guys are really here for, is the keyboard ASMR. It's not about what I'm doing or what weird tangent we're going on in the chat. It's about the keyboard ASMR. That's what you're all really here for, right? That's the real deal. We come to the Megan streams for the clicky clacks. Here for the tangents and the clicky clacks. Faded Stardust, appreciate you. So yeah, I'm gonna pop AFK. I'm interested to hear from Shadowbug if this is the same vibe they expected from this from this stream. But yeah, I'm gonna pop AFK. I'm gonna come back. We will set up for the sprint. So if someone wants to redeem an activity, go ahead and grab that. Otherwise, I'll just pick one randomly. Me waiting to talk sewing machines. Hey, you can start talking about sewing machines, and I'll catch up during the break. I know the basics, but I'm gonna have to like relearn. Like different, because I know the basically how the machine works, but I'm gonna have to learn about needles and bobbins and thread types and seam types and stitch types, because I haven't done all that in a long time. But looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to having it. Hopefully I'll get the machine this summer and then I can start. But in the meantime, be right back. Don't forget to get up. Grab yourself something to eat and or drink. Stretch, move around, change the position you're sitting in. Take your meds. Check if you've taken those. Do all the things that you gotta do for your body before you settle into focus for 30 minutes, and we'll be right back. Hello. Oh, I think I took off my hand socks in the other room and forgot to grab them. Hang on. Hold, please. Gotta have warm hands. Maya, how's it going? Hope you're doing okay. Hope you got a break today. Although I expect the next thing you're gonna say is just got to work. All right. I wonder what the view of the Cloud City is from the kitchen. Let's do Cloud City. Let's look at it from the kitchen. Oh, it's not as nice from the kitchen because you can't see the castle. You can't see the castle. Oh, there's a bridge though. Interesting. What if we go to the desk? We could just go to the train. We haven't been to the train. Maya, no! I hope you don't have to work too hard today. Take care. Well, in this one, it moves. In the, house ones, they're static. So they don't move at all. We'll do the little rainbow boy. They don't move at all. So in this one, the clouds will go by outside. Versus if we sit in the kitchen, it'll just be the same clouds the whole time. Plus, we didn't hang out on the train yesterday, so... It does look like we're kind of on a fancy airplane. All right. I think we're good to go. I think we're all set up. Taryn, hello! We didn't see you yesterday. How's it going? How are you? How was your break? I know I've seen you at Winds of Chaos a couple of times, but I hope you're doing well. I'm gonna get started on the clicky clack, so I might be slow to respond. But feel free to fill the chat. You guys can talk about whatever you like while we get the clicky clacks going. Whoops, that's not what I meant to click on at all. Wasn't able to work today, but I'm here today. Break was good. I missed you. I missed you too, Taryn. It was a wild time for me and computers. Here we go. I'm procrastinating now. Let's get into it. She says, and then promptly changes her mind about what she wants the first sentence to be. What we working on today, Taryn? final round of edits. Poop brain being mean to me and date night later. Just look forward to get what you get to do after you get the stuff done. I do that a lot. Mad Lad, hello! How's it going? did no fun stuff in my time to write us back, and I don't wanna. It's okay, Veilwraith. It'll feel good once you get the words written. I promise. Oops. The speed is astounding. The speed of my typing? Welcome in, Guy. Hey, the kids are asleep. How's it going? Just planning for multiple projects so I can start writing soon. Heck yeah. Robot just got a fun call from his boss, like fun for real or fun in the other opposite meaning? Cheers, the mad lad. We got 2 hydrates. Alright. 30 minutes done, and we are 1,709 words into episode 6, act 1 of My Little Domerin. Writing about a rainstorm while listening to rain on an overcast day. Fun for real! Bonus money! Heck yeah! Glad to hear it, Taryn. Glad to hear it. Juggling planning for multiple projects so I can start writing soon. Heck yeah. Can't remember if I read that already, but heck yeah. Either way, heck yeah. Key, how's it going? What is up today? Oh my goodness. When I was thinking about what I wanted to do for this episode of My Little Domerin, I was like, is it going to be enough? And here we are, 1,709 words in, as they're traveling to a village. And I'm like, yeah, it's probably going to be enough. It's probably going to work. It's probably going to be long enough. Just spent the first sprint farming in Genshin. I'll do something next sprint. Probably. Hey, Sardonisms, if you're still resting and recovering, do whatever feels good. And you should be resting and recovering. Ah, that doesn't sound good. I thought you handed off the crazy part of your work for this week, Key. I thought it was done. I thought it was finished. I thought you didn't need to worry about this anymore. Oh, sorry. Yawn. A yawn is happening. I might actually pause the timer here and go take a quick bathroom break. Just a reminder that if you would like to redeem a spirit companion or a location or an activity, you can grab that for the next sprint. All three of those are up for grabs for the next sprint. If you would like to see something specific happening over here on the screen. That wasn't the only thing that was crazy. Oh no, Key. I thought after you dealt with that, you would have a nice relaxing week. I guess that was probably silly of me to think since you're coming off of Christmas break. Um, but hey, if you want to talk about anything, we're here. Hit the save button one more time because reasons. And I will pause this and remind you guys to get up, stretch, move around, grab yourself something to eat and or drink. If you need to, switch the way that you have been sitting. And we're gonna take a quick break and get ready for the next sprint. Just gonna keep reading this book because I finally got to the MPreg of it all. But I have stuff that's due and overdue, so I should really be working on all that. Fair. There are 2 IT people for 1,900 students and staff, and it will always be crazy. Key, I hope that's not true. I hope you get more help sometime if you need it. But I get it. I'm happy to be back in my story properly. I got 354 words in, the first since December. Hell yeah! Faded Stardust! That's awesome. You guys, fill my chat with more things, and I will be right back. I'm back. I'm back. We're back. Oh, Faded Stardust, I hope it feels good to be writing again. If you took a long break, I know I always feel good when I get back. Thank you for the welcome back, Valwraith. I'm back. Oh my goodness. Man, it has been so dreary here this week. And some days it doesn't even rain. It's just like, today, I don't think it's raining. It's just like super overcast. The clouds are low over the mountains, and it just feels heavy and gray. And it's so dreary. I do have to say that I'm nearly 70k in this fic, and I'm not at the midpoint yet, so don't feel bad about your My Little Domerin word count. Thank you for that. Listen, I'm writing this story for the community, and I'm happy for it to be as long as it's gonna be. It's just a fun little silly thing. I do think it's funny though that I just literally can't write a short thing. Even if I tried, it's like I'm gonna write something short for the community, and then my brain is like, no, you're gonna write this epic, and it's gonna be huge, and it's gonna take you 2 years, and it's like, okay, yeah, sure, Valwraith, go for it. I assume it's writing related. Let me know if otherwise. Yeah, it was so it was so interesting because I had already planned out my schedule. So we knew that the refund was coming because we had been notified that was how the company that the basically I contacted the extended warranty company, panicked because at the time I didn't know if the old RAM from my computer would even work in this one. I mean, Key and Ghost were pretty sure, but I'm just a giant ball of panic. And so we knew that the refund was coming, but then when it arrived on Monday, I had already planned to work on this week, and I was kind of like, huh, interesting that there's like now another chapter of this story of like, we emergency bought the computer, the community helped me pay for it, and now here we are at this other weird point where it's like, okay, Blur, hello! And this other weird point where it's like, so now I'm paying off my debt to the community, but also I got my money back? Everybody please say hi to Orson, our newest kitty. Just figured out he can jump up on my lap like he does boyfriends. Heck yeah, give Orson some scritches for us. Blur, how's it going? Haven't seen you in what feels like ages. I hope it's going well. I hope you had a good Christmas. First Christmas in your new place. I hope it went well. I know you've been having a bit of a time since you moved, so I hope everything's going well. Well, I was on break for quite a while, so this is actually only our second stream in the new year. I'm actually just back myself. But I'm doing good. I still have a little bit of this cough hanging out. I'm sure you guys have noticed. I keep debating calling my doctor, because I'm like, by the time they get me in, it should be gone, but also it's sticking around, so I probably should just call. But aside from that, it's going it's going pretty good. Can't complain. I can't complain. Even though it's dreary, we haven't gotten much snow this year, honestly, which surprises me. And I know the East Coast is getting slammed, just absolutely slammed with snow. So we've seen like maybe 5 snowflakes. It's going. Everything's finally looking like it's gonna smooth over soon. Well, hell yeah, Blur. Hell yeah. It's tough when you first move for the first time, like into your first place. I remember, oh boy, I remember being a little baby striker, just freshly married to Ghost Pepper, moving out of the country of my birth into my first place, my first apartment with Ghost. My first apartment outside of my family's like house was with Ghost after we got married in another country. So across the Canadian border. And we actually, because we had the wedding and my high school graduation and all that good stuff, to take care of, we actually did not get a chance to like find our own first place. Ghost's parents found it for us. So it was like sight unseen, moving to a new country, a new city, a place I hadn't even seen, didn't even really know what the layout was going to be. And I remember the madness of those days. I was completely overwhelmed at the time. I'm in the East Coast and it's been nothing but snow the past couple of weeks. I hope you are staying warm and safe and dry. In part 4 of my story, at the end, the chief advisor decides he will gather the disgruntled noble houses and kill the sitting monarch. That monarch has been defying traditions that the elder advisor feel are integral to the survival of the kingdom. In part 5, there is an open coup where my main male character has to defend the royal family. He manages to overturn the coup attempt, but is gravely injured in the process. I'm trying to decide if the king fights beside the male main character once ranged weapons are neutralized. I mean, I guess that depends on the character of the king. Is he the kind of person who would put his life in danger to defend his kingdom and his crown? Or is he the kind of person that would value his life above everything else? If he's a little bit more vain, if he's a little bit more cautious, he might not be willing to take the risk. But if he's the heroic sort, if he's the sort to defend his principles, or if he has a very strong bond with the male main character and wants to help defend him, then I certainly think that he would probably jump into the fray. Chipped off some nail paint. Time to get them painted again. Aw, this is why I stopped painting my nails. I love when my nails are done, but I hate that it takes like 2 hours to do them and then they last for like 3 days and then they start chipping. It makes me sad. I'm officially working on the final spirit in the decks until more come out. Hell yeah! Do you have all of the DLCs, Faded Stardust? You know what's petty to be annoyed about, but I'm annoyed about anyway? My credit card has my middle initial on it. Some places want the middle initial, some places the transaction will fail if I put the middle initial. That is a pain. I also, I think my, I think my passport has my middle name on it, and it's annoying because it's like once you fill it out with your middle name, you're like stuck to your middle name forever. I normally get about 2 weeks out of them. Have to stop using them to pry on things. That's a lot of durability out of nail polish, honestly, if you get 2 weeks before they start cracking. Especially because I imagine you use your hands a lot in your job. It's 43 Fahrenheit and sunny here. Heck yeah, Faded Stardust. I don't know what temperature it is here. I think it's maybe like 5 degrees Celsius. He put himself in the arena to test the main character personally for worthiness to marry the princess. He sounds like a fighting guy. I have all the base game and kitchen spirits. This is the last one in the train. Heck yeah! Which is your last one, Faded Stardust? Do you know? Do you know which one you need to grab yet? Oh gosh, there's only 2 minutes left on the break timer. When did that happen? Warm as we can because the pipe busted on the boiler. Oh no! So my fiance and I have been huddled under blankets. I've been sitting on a heating pad to keep myself warm. Also, a friend of ours got us a heated blanket, so we've been using that. Blur, I hope you're able to get that fixed swiftly. Winter is not a good time to be without heat. Successfully got my new bookshelves ordered on the second try. IKEA does not want the middle initial. Dang. My nails are already strong, so they rarely bend. See, mine are probably pretty weak. It's a thyroid thing. Making cables does the most damage. One time in school we made cables, and I never want to do that again. My! Sneaking in while everyone is on lunch. I hope you're having a good day, Mai. Good luck. This king rose from being imprisoned for 5 years in a Count of Monte Cristo style prison and arena. So yeah. Oh yeah, he sounds like a fighter. He sounds like a fighting guy. 15 years. Dang. That's way more than 5. Been without heat for over a week. Is it because they need to get a new part, Blur? Let's see. What should we... Where do we want to hang out? Where do we want to hang out? Where do we want to hang out? Let's go here. And who do we want to hang out with? It is Wednesday, as a matter of fact. Wednesday is today. This is the day that is Wednesday. Wednesday is now! People meter is already pinged and I have 7 hours to go. My, good luck. Oop, hang on. Yeah, Fire Frog. Just saw a very tempting game bundle. What is it, Veilwraith? The days have been blurring together. Well, hopefully they get back to... Are they, like, waiting for a part to come in? Is that what's happening? Today I found out that Reddit has a really cool word game called Hexaword. What type of word game is it? Like, do you guess words? Is it, like, Scrabble-like? My wife and I had a similar winter 2 years ago, resulting in us being under a heavy blanket on the couch playing games and eating soup. And how long were you without heat, Key? I need heat, man. They want to come change our gas meter, and they're gonna need to turn off our heat to do it, and it's not even that cold here, and I'm like, can it wait until, like, March? You get 6 hexes with pieces of words, and you have to connect them so that any left to right connection makes a word, and they all fit in the specified shape. Oh, interesting. So almost like word Sudoku. It's supposed to get here Saturday, so I have no idea what's going on. Oh no, Blur. I really hope they get that part for you soon. Alright, I'm gonna let the timer go. I am going to go back to the clicky and the clacky. But you guys can keep talking in the chat as much as you want. Ooh, gotta put my chair in the right position here.